Seems that Dr. Jijax laid his hands on a good portion of not entirely lost treasure. Lord Rochester's lost treasure. As you may recall the story, Lord Rochester, the infamous London billionaire, married an American woman. They had but one child, a lad who was... Love of Mike, how long is this? Traveled east, father's interest, edition, his holdings in England, Lord. At the end of 2 years, Alcabad was accumulated fortune in gemstones with a highly quality. Most of these were placed in a chest which took when ship bound for England. And his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land, and the dreadful storm sank the ship of the Indian coast. Few of the ship's crew survived, was repulsed into sea, no one knows. No trace was found of either Alcabad or the famed chest. Tragedy took a greater toll as Rochester, devastated by the news that he died soon after. Grief-stricken, Lady Rochester returned to the family of home Boston. She herself died not long after. What was once a noble family is now gone. You may know that Admiral Rochester had the stones carefully documented in inventories before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see the document reading blah 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 blah. Finally, the end. Presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, where deep ones love to swim. The astonishing surface in the Middle Alps. It was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what facts led to Almos Colby, Northwood Agency operative, but you may know about this subject as I am privy to. Sincerely yours, Mycroft.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
We do
I know.
too.
Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
Bastard. What is the solution to the code written by young Davy? Let's cheat. Some kind of code. Look for patterns, and non-numerical characters might give you a lead. Notice that they slash in the first row after the first 9 digits. For a moment, contract. There are 36 steps to this puzzle? Good God, I'm not redoing all this. No. No, 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 no. Good God, how complicated must you make this shit? Inverse multiply. Missing digit is 6. Next string 2. Oh, good God. Where's the solution? Just give me the solution. Next string. What the fuck? Oh, good Lord. Okay. Good God, so much work. I'm not even gonna... I wouldn't even begin to work on that. So many fucking numbers. Okay, the answer to the code is 564366134. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so let me just get that written down real quick so I can write that down. You can call me a cheater if you want. I hate math. I hate algebra. I'm not gonna do it. This is a fucking game. It should not be a, Fuck, I've seen easier stuff than that on my, college placement math exam. I am dead serious. 6, 1, 3, 4. Not to mention the fact that we don't even know what we're trying to do with these numbers, so how would I even begin to figure that out? So yeah, fuck you. 5, 6, 4... Fuck, it doesn't use the numlock. Fuck. Okay, 5, 6... What was it? 4, 3, 6... Space 6, 1, 3, 4. How would you even begin to figure that out? I still don't get how you would ever figure that out.
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning.
Really?
Even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have failed to penetrate the secrets of this book. The language is archaic, and my
Stupid.
own modest knowledge
Why
of
would I
ciphers is
go
sorely
through all that
tested.
stuff if you're not even
I
going to
have
tell me what it's
succeeded
used
in
for?
drawing forth
Finding
only
useless
insanities
information, it
and
just
other
bugs
absurdities.
me up the ass.
According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, the victim is mesmerized, or demons leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you
Complete
say
gibberish.
it? What? These drawings, what a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I
I
think
just
this all
recalled,
started as a
Watson,
trip
didn't
down to Barnes
the
and Noble.
bookseller tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the
Speaking of
translation
which-
of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
This is coming full circle, isn't it? Okay. Map. Barnes Bookshop.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, a real pleasure to see you. I say, where have you been? You've stayed away for some months now.
Certainly feels like it.
Indeed, we took a very long journey and barely made it back. However, we have more important matters to discuss. Didn't you say you have some knowledge of ancient people, their
Do you recall him
language,
ever saying
writings,
that?
and
I don't
customs?
recall him ever saying that.
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. Why do you ask?
Why is it going to make me use the book on him? It's not like there's anything else to do.
You are just the man we need. I ran across this esoteric text during our travels
Esoteric.
and wondered if... Is there something wrong, Barnes?
Mr. Holmes, wherever did you find this? This book, it is worthy of a museum.
If you could be so good as to translate some of these fragments for me, I would be in your debt. I am particularly interested in these pages here. They are in the poorest condition and therefore appear to be the most used.
If Barnes can read Cthulhu, this is going to be
With pleasure.
stupid.
I will get to work straight away and keep you informed of my progress.
I get the feeling Barnes is going to live a very long and happy life. Take a drink. I've invented a drinking game. Whenever I want to take a drink, I just take a drink. Alright, and again I have no sense of direction.
My word, this book contains powerful language, like some dark magic. Dreadfully impressive. I will send word as soon as I am done.
Oh boy. I guess we're just gonna wander back to the spot and hope something happens. Since there's nothing else to do. I have nothing in my inventory, so the only place to go is back to... Let's talk to the Strand kid. Let's see if he has anything to say.
Strand! Get the Strand! 3 ships still missing at sea.
Oh.
All aboard feared lost. Get the Strand! Latest word on the missing ships.
Give me the latest edition. There's a good lad.
Thank you, mister.
Oh, fuck me. Storm of the Century. The colossal tempest, may already calling the Storm of the Century, blah, 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 blah. Scottish and Ireland coastline has been raging the last 2 weeks. Witness report the winds are increasingly horrible. 34 ships have been reported lost. Even the article goes, reading the Royal Navy, some just carry them. Why is Inspector Clouseau there? So confused. Why is Inspector Clouseau in a Sherlock Holmes game? That cameo doesn't even begin to make sense. One ray of hope remains that the Majesty's lighthouse remains in operation. Roads leading are largely underwater, and their occupants are guarding the coast. Sailor. I see the Queen. French police sputter. Unfortunately, the French police are always late. As unbridled chase of mysterious burglar A.L., who exploits her phone. Police have struck the significance the victims believe were known for this uncanny thief. Rich and well-known eccentric Aranis recently reported fuels their valuables several million francs.
Watson, consider the news
Never
of
mind.
all these missing ships. I have an idea, but
Inspector
it will be
Clouseau.
necessary
Why?
to secure a chart for the Scotland coast and nearby seas. No point in asking Barnes. I have no desire to divert his attention from the translation.
True enough, Holmes. But where else would we find such a chart?
And it's getting rather stormy, isn't it? Stars are still nice out. I think the only place we'd find them is at Warehouse
It's
16.
elementary. It is a sea chart we seek. We must go to the harbour.
Duh. Back to Warehouse 16.